Hi, it's Therese from Lostinpaper, and I've got a fun card to share with you today for Gerda Steiner Designs. I'm a guest designer there today, and I'm using the Pool Piggies set, which is a really cool, fun summer set. And I thought it'd be fun to have a little piggy floating around in the pool. So I do want to mask this image off because I just want it to be in one piece, because this is going to be a slider card. It's actually going to be a really easy to make. It's a circle slider card, so you probably have the products already to make this card yourself at home if you've got a die cutting machine and some circle dies. So this little piggy is going to be moving around on the card, so I didn't want it to be in two pieces because he may come apart, but you could actually do this in two pieces and then adhere them together if you'd prefer. So I've just used some mask paper there. That's some Inkadinkadoo masking paper, and the image that you want to be at the front is the one that you stamp first. So that was my piggy, and then I placed the mask over and then stamped the pool ring over top. When you remove the mask, it looks like the piggy's floating on the pool ring. Well, he will when I finish colouring and putting all the card together. The image was stamped with some tuxedo black, and I'm going to be doing Copic colouring today. We'll show the colours off to the side, but I will have to speed this up because it does take me a little while. I did also stamp out one of the pool floats, but you'll see that in a minute, and that's going to be my sentiment piece. But I'll leave you with the colouring now, and I'll be back when all of that is done. So here's the pool float that I was talking about, and I have coloured it with some Copics. I did actually, when I stamped it, wiped a bit of the ink away from the centre of the float because I knew I was going to be stamping my sentiment over top, and I just didn't want it to be too bold in the background. And this sentiment comes from the Go Wild stamp set, and I've used some onyx black to stamp that out. And I did fussy cut both of these images out, leaving a small white border, but I didn't share that with you today. I have a Bristol white cardstock here that is cut the same size as the front of my card, and I want to do some light distress ink blending. I'm not very good at this. I don't practice much, and that's because you get inky fingers when you do this, and I don't really like getting inky fingers. I think I'm going to have to take up a different hobby that doesn't involve ink or wear rubber gloves maybe. I do that sometimes, I have to admit. But anyway, in the background here, I do find that Bristol works heaps better than the other cardstock that I use for blending. And I did add some tumble glass, and I did actually add a few spatters with my Distress ink sprayer, but I forgot to include that. But it's very subtle, you can hardly see it because I did actually do such light colours. This is the front of the card, and this is where the circle slider is going to go, and I didn't want it to look white behind the die cut, so I did colour that as well. I've used two of the Spellbinders Nesty. This is from the large circle set, and I just made sure that where I placed the circles I was going to be able to move the little piggy around without him hanging off the edge of the card too much. I'm adding some ATG adhesive to the back of this panel, and I'm going nowhere near the actual large circle die cut because I want to make sure that my spinner or my slider is going to slide around. And to do that, I do need to add a bit of depth to the gap. So this is just some 2mm fun foam, and I'm doing the same thing here. I'm just making sure that it's not going to be anywhere near where my slider piece is going to be. And I also do need to pop up the centerpiece from my die cut. And I have used some score tape on the back of the fun foam here just because I know it's got a really strong hold, and it's going to work really well to hold it in place while the slider is going to be moved around as well. I've just got a small coin here in Australia, that's a 5-cent piece, so I've sat that in place sort of in where the center of the coin is going to be, where the gap is on the die cut circle, and then I can just adhere my center circle in place with some score tape as well. Now these are a bit wider, these foam squares. I think they're about 3mm. They're the this to that foam circles, and I'm just trying to remember who makes them. They're from American Crafts, and they're a nice strong foam adhesive circle, but you could use any foam adhesive as long as it doesn't touch the edges of the die cut circle. You do want your slider piece to be able to slide. I did also colour up one of the balls from the set and die cut that out, and then I can just pop up the sentiment floaty on the bottom, and just to make sure when you do this, any elements, they're not going to be in the way of your slider. You want to still be able to slide the slider around without it hitting anything on the way around. How fun is that? I love it. Okay, that's my finished card for today. I do have 2 videos and 2 cards to share with you today, and I'll put the link in the description below. I always have such fun playing with the Gerda Steiner stamps, and I hope you enjoy watching these videos. So till next time, happy paper crafting. Bye.